Nation. Teacher at Georgia school suggests she's the victim of racism because a security guard wanted to see her badge. I feel like whatever I'm about to see, let me just envision it in my black mind during Black History Month. This woman probably been a teacher for a few years, never really had to check in or show ID getting into the building. For the first time coming into work, probably had to interact with a little beat by the bush security guard and show some ID, and the lady got mad about it, and here we are making a 4-minute video about it.
I need you to tell me if this is a microaggression quickly.
I'll tell you that you might just be delusional.
Before I get upset. And it's already too late because I'm upset that I'm thinking about it. I'm mad that I'm thinking about it. Why is this how I'm using my time? Why is this what I'm using my brain for? I don't want to be thinking about this, but here I am thinking about it, and that's the problem with microaggression. So please tell me. I work at a private school in Georgia. Who number one?
Stop right there. Automatic. A private school? Let me tell y'all about some of these private schools. Not every single one, but some of them. Those are the schools that will have the security, that will be protected more than the little flimsy free public schools. Will it be unfair to some people? Sure. But guess what? Pay that extra amount of money every other month or every month so that your kid could waste his time there. Because, sometimes you got to factor those in. A private school is more likely to have that security, ma'am.
And I'm there at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. Every time that I get there, I have to check in at the front office, give them my ID card, get a visitor's badge. It's a little sticker that I wear.
Why are we calling this? So wait a minute. You already give your ID. You give verification of who you are. You already do it. Why are we now potentially calling something racism now? Please, I'm a hedge a bet. It's a selfish bet. I'm a hedge a selfish bet right now. It's only racism because it was a white guy.
I was there last week, and it wasn't on my regular day because it was a makeup day because one of my kids was going to be absent. So instead of taking her back to where I normally take her, I had to take her to her specials class after our session was done, which is not where I normally go. So I was upstairs.
So it's not where you normally go.
And I got lost. Spatial awareness is not a strength of mine.
You got lost.
And so I'm trying to find the stairs to go back down to my office. And a nice lady, I thought.
Oh, see? It wasn't a man. It was a lady. How dare I not respect the women?
Comes up to me and was like, oh, do you need help, finding your way, or do you know where you're going? I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to get back downstairs. And she's like, oh, there's stairs here, there's stairs there, and then you can also take this elevator here. I'm like, okay, cool. The stairs that she pointed to were not the stairs that I came from, and I didn't know where they led. So I was like, let me just take this elevator because I know where the elevator downstairs is, so I'll know how to get back to the office. No problem. Get in the elevator, get back to my office, carry on with my day, never thought about it again. This was last Thursday. It's now Friday of the next week. I've been to the school 3 times since that happened, or today is the third time since that occurred. I get to the front desk. It's always the same lady. She's fine. And she was like, oh, I actually need to talk to you. Did security speak with you? Did security talk to you? I'm like, no, I've never spoken to security at this building ever in my life. So no, security did not talk to me, but why would they need to? And what is this hush tone about? Didn't like it. Clue number 2, for real. She was like, oh, there was an admin that saw you in the building last week when you were here, and she just didn't know who you were, if you were supposed to be here. And so, we looked on the cameras and we saw you, and I was like, oh no, she's supposed to be here, but we also saw that you weren't wearing your badge, like the printout. And I was like, maybe it was on, I know I gave her the badge, so maybe it was like she had a sweater on and she took it off, but I told her you're supposed to be here, but she told me to make sure that that you have to wear the badge, because how else are we supposed to know that you belong in the building? And
yeah, it's probably like a rule, because teachers probably have to make sure that they're properly identified, because we wouldn't want, this is just me spitballing here, we wouldn't want like just a random stranger getting into the school, potentially harming one of the teachers, faculty, or maybe one of the kids.
And she was just really concerned about that. So security was supposed to speak with you, but it's fine. And I know you usually wear the badge, so like don't even worry about it. But yeah, I just had to tell you that it's really important that you wear the badge. First of all, I had the badge on. It's a sticker. I had it on, and I was wearing a cardigan, and I think it was under my cardigan, so they didn't.
No, well, you're supposed to have it like out so that people could see it.
Second of all, I've been here since the beginning of the year.
That doesn't matter.
The 100th day of school.
That doesn't matter.
I feel surveilled. I feel like I'm being watched, and I just wonder if they're treating other people this way, and I feel like I know the answer. It just gave me an icky feeling. I didn't like it, and it's tough because they didn't say or do anything wrong. Like, yes, visitors should wear the visitor badge.
So you got this icky feeling, but you know they're doing the right thing, but it somehow bothers you. Ma'am, you might just be somebody who's just getting mad at the wrong thing at the wrong
I
time.
understand that. I had the badge on. I didn't like the way it went. If you had questions about who I was when you saw me, why didn't you ask who I was when you saw me? Why didn't you ask the principal that hired me to be here? Or any of the other admin that know exactly who I am? Or the teachers that know exactly who I am? Why did you feel the need to go to the recording to show people this black lady was in the building? Who is this and why is she here?
No, because as you described it, you got lost. You're going somewhere in the building you don't usually go. You're trying to help a student get to where they got to go, but you're lost. You interact with a security guard who probably doesn't know too much about you because, you talked about how you were a visitor or you're not really there every single day. And then you go about the rest of your day. Of course, the security guard is going to dot the I's and cross the T's. It is not racial. It's not, they're attacking the character of this black lady. It's them making sure that what's going on is up to code. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's not an attack on your character. It's not an attack on you as a person. It is them making sure that they're not potentially letting somebody walk around the building freely. Because what would be the worst option? You don't verify who this is, and they've discovered that, it's very easy to just walk in here and walk all around and just look in all the classrooms. And then you got a potential crime scene in the future because the security guard let a motherfucker walk clean past them without any amount of verification under the sun. Props to the security guard for going that extra mile, because all these fucking instances about school shootings or even people who happen to be teachers going in and violating these kids is too much. So thank you, lone security guard, for doing your job.
That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. That's what it gave to me. Am I overreacting?
Yes!
I didn't even react. I just said, okay, but
You are overreacting when you decide, hey, let me dedicate 4 minutes and 36 seconds to telling me that, I feel as though you are doing all of this and it making me feel a ways about myself as a black person, as a black woman, the most disrespected group in American history. But madam, it's not that. It's them doing their job, that it's them verifying what's going on. It's not really supposed to be anything else. Just make sure that your badge is seen and that's it.
Me thinking it's a microaggression and overreaction? I don't think so. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm trying to be open to all considerations.
Here's the consideration, and it's really not anything too deep. Just have the badge. If it's just a sticker, make sure it's on the front layer of whatever you got on. Not tucked under, not under a fold, not hidden anywhere. Just make sure it's like somewhere right there. That way you're able to actually see it all and nobody could really question you too much. Nobody could really be on your top. Nobody could really be peering over you. They don't have to go in and be like, who is this black bitch walking around this fucking school? Does this black bitch belong around here? It would just be that simple, cut to print. But because it's Black History Month and everything might just fall upon that racial spectrum to the poor disenfranchised, we get shit like this and it ain't fucking necessary. They did their job in making sure that, hey, everything is hunky-dory, nothing's amiss, nothing's a problem. Good on them. Because as I said earlier, the alternative would have probably led to a bunch of people running the risk of a school being locked down because a security guard didn't verify who the fuck somebody is. Getting online to voice a frustration is very commonplace for a lot of people nowadays in our current society. But if you're going to get online and complain about something, let it be something that would actually merit and be worthy of a complaint. You being checked for security clearances and making sure that we ain't just letting a random person walk around a school, that's not really too big of an issue. Yes, it'll be a layer of an annoyance for you, but it shouldn't be something to where you're seeking the guidance of other people online, because online you'll get some dumbass who will be like, They've only specifically targeted you and you only, even though you just sat there and laid out the reasons why somebody would question who this is in the future. And thankfully, you had a coworker who was like, yeah, we know who that is. They're a teacher here. They teach here. They just didn't have the badge shown and, fucked up there. But overall, nothing, Burger. Don't waste people's time with this. Don't get hyped up off of other people potentially telling you, oh my God, I feel so bad for you. Oh, you precious little thing. Oh my God, I can't believe that you now probably have to go through security clearances. Because it ain't that fucking deep, and it'll never really be that fucking deep.